We all enjoy a good sci-fi or intergalactic superhero epic that transports us to distant planets and galaxies. But the truth is that there is a lot of amazing stuff happening right here on Earth. In this video, we'll take a look at 14 interesting facts about the Earth that will amaze you for sure. Number 14. Earth is not flat, but it's not perfectly round either. The Earth has never been perfectly circular. Because the planet rotates about its axis, it bulges by an additional 0.3% around the equator. The circumference of the Earth is 12,714 kilometers from North to South Pole, and 12,756 kilometers through the equator. Because this variation is too small to be seen in space images of Earth, the planet appears round to the human eye. According to new research from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, melting glaciers are causing the Earth's waistline to expand. Number 13. The days are getting longer. Earth's day would have been about 6 hours long when it formed 4.6 billion years ago. This had increased to 21.9 hours by 620 million years ago. The average day is now 24 hours long, but it is growing by about 1.7 milliseconds per century. What's the reason? Through the tides it helps to create. The moon slows Earth's rotation. Because of Earth's spin, the position of its tidal ocean bulges is pulled slightly ahead of the Moon-Earth axis, creating a twisting force that slows Earth's rotation. As a result, our days are getting longer, but not long enough to affect your hectic schedule. Number 12. Earth is radioactive. The Earth generates up to 40 terawatts of heat in total, half of which comes from radioactive decay in its core. Scientists measured antineutrinos that streamed up from Earth's core and discovered that radioactive decay of certain elements generates half of Earth's heat. The radioactive breakdown of elements like thorium, uranium, and potassium produces the majority of the internal heat that keeps Earth alive and vibrant. Number 11. There weren't always several continents. The great tectonic plates that Earth's land masses ride on collided 800 million years ago, assembling the continents into a large supercontinent called Rodinia, with what is now North America at its center. Rodinia eventually disintegrated into many pieces, which recollided 250 to 500 million years ago, forming the Appalachian Mountains in North America and the Ural Mountains in Russia and Kazakhstan. Around 250 million years ago, the continents merged once more to form another supercontinent known as Pangaea, which was surrounded by a single global ocean. Pangaea began to disintegrate 50 million years later. It eventually fragmented into the continents we know today after splitting into two large land masses, Gondwanaland and Laurasia. Number 10. Earth's icy times. Earth experienced several extreme climate changes known as ice ages 600 to 800 million years ago. The climate became so cold that some scientists believe Earth briefly or completely froze. This is known as the snowball Earth theory. There could have been 4 such periods of alternate freezing and thawing caused by reductions in greenhouse gases like methane and carbon dioxide, during which the Earth would have been covered in glacial ice from pole to pole. Because ice reflects most of the sun's energy back into space, the planet's average temperature would have been around -50 degrees Celsius, with the equator similar to Antarctica today. Number 09. The first ozone hole is still healing. In 1985, scientists discovered the first hole in the ozone layer, directly above Antarctica. The Montreal Protocol of 1987 was the first plan approved by every country in the United Nations, and it focused on chlorofluorocarbon restrictions. Number 08. The driest place on Earth. Ironically, the world's driest place, the Atacama Desert in northern Chile, is located next to the world's largest body of water, the Pacific Ocean. In Arica, Chile, the average annual rainfall is only 0.8 millimeters. It is believed that no rain fell in Atacama's Calama City for 400 years until a sudden storm hit in 1972. Unlike most deserts, the Atacama is relatively cold, and in its most arid areas, cyanobacteria, green photosynthetic microorganisms that live in rocks or under stones, do not even exist. NASA astrobiologists travel to the Atacama Desert in search of microorganisms that can survive in such harsh conditions, hoping to learn more about how life might exist on other planets. Number 07. Earth's gravity isn't uniform. The gravitational field of Earth would be the same everywhere if it were a perfect sphere. In reality, the planet's surface is bumpy, and water flow, ice drift, and the movement of the tectonic plates beneath Earth's crust all alter gravity's pull. These variations are referred to as gravity anomalies. A mountain range, such as the Himalayas, causes a positive gravity anomaly, which means that gravity is stronger there than it would be on a featureless, perfectly smooth planet. Negative gravity anomalies are caused by the presence of ocean trenches or dips in the land caused by glaciers millennia ago. Number 06. We don't know who named the Earth. Unlike other planets, no real historical data on the person who named our planet Earth can be found. Earth is the only planet not named after a Greek or Roman god, and its name derives from Old English and High Germanic. Homo sapiens has only been around for 450,000 years, or 1/10 the age of the planet. Then, more recently, we spread across the entire globe in 1/100,000 of the planet's age. Number 05. In the past, sea levels were very different. The most recent ice advance on Earth began approximately 70,000 years ago, ended 11,500 years ago, and reached its greatest extent 18,000 years ago. During this time, glaciers and ice sheets carved out the basins of the Great Lakes and blocked rivers, diverting the Mississippi and other rivers in the United States. Because so much water was trapped as ice, sea levels dropped by up to 120 meters, exposing parts of the ocean floor. In the past, the Earth's sea level was up to 70 meters higher. The sea was actually 5 to 7 meters higher than it is today during the last interglacial period. Number 04. Our sun has a voracious appetite. All stars, including our sun, age and die. As the sun's hydrogen supply runs out, it will collapse under gravity, eventually ballooning into a red giant 100 times larger and 2,000 times more luminous, vaporizing Earth in the process. But don't be concerned, it won't happen for another 5 billion years. One option is to leave the planet before this occurs, but this would necessitate previously unimagined technology as well as a habitable destination. Another possibility is that a passing star will disrupt Earth's orbit and push it away from the sun over the next billion years. According to scientists, the chances of this happening are 1 in 100,000, which is better than winning the lottery. Unfortunately, without the sun, our descendants would most likely perish from the cold. Number 03. Life below the seafloor. At depths of up to 2.5 kilometers below the seafloor, the sediments underlying Earth's oceans are home to approximately 1 billion microorganisms. The majority of this deep subseafloor biosphere grows at an extremely slow rate in comparison to life on the surface. Scientists are discovering new microbial life sources deeper and deeper beneath the seafloor than ever before. In March, a team of scientists announced that they had discovered traces of bacteria in rocks 400 feet below the seafloor, the deepest ever discovered. Number 02. The Moon is not Earth's only companion. Two other bodies orbiting close to Earth are sometimes referred to as moons, though they are not strictly deserving of the title. 3753 Cruithne, discovered in 1986, is an asteroid that orbits the Sun. Cruithne appears to be following our planet because it takes the same amount of time to orbit the Sun as Earth. When viewed from Earth, its orbit appears to be bean-shaped. Asteroid 2002 AA29 orbits the Sun once a year, following a more unusual horseshoe-shaped path that brings it within 95 years of Earth. Scientists have proposed collecting samples from AA29 and returning them to Earth due to its close proximity. Number 01. The calm before the storm. It's not just a myth. The calm before the storm does exist under the right conditions. As a storm draws warm, moist air from the surrounding atmosphere, it creates a low-pressure area. Air is carried up into the storm cloud by powerful draughts, and some of it is forced upwards. These updrafts remove hot air and push it out over the sides of the highest storm clouds, which can reach heights of 16 kilometers. As the air descends, it becomes warmer and drier, becoming more stable. It blankets the area below and stabilizes the air, causing people in that area to notice a calm before the storm. And with that being said, it's time to end our video. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos like this. We'll see you with another interesting video.